PEP Radio is a part of the Pennsylvania Equality Project that plays music, news, and weather, actively advocating for the LGBTQ+ and disabled since 2024.
PEP Radio, available on Live 365, Roku, Alexa, and at paquality.com.
Here at Gay SA Radio, we're very happy to welcome the Othering podcast to our airwaves. Catch the show every Thursday at noon CAT, bringing fresh voices and compelling conversations straight to you.
Head over to gsaradio.stream to find out how you can tune in and become part of our family. Don't miss it, only on Gay SA Radio, where you are family.
One man and one woman join forces to rid the world
What are you doing?
of inequality and fascism.
Seriously?
I'm trying I'm trying to do a promo here.
For whom? What are you doing?
Welcome to the Othering Podcast with Mike and Dory.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi guys, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Okay, today we are talking to Jacinda, who goes by Virgo. She is a 30-year-old based in New York City. She supports the LGBTQ+ community through performances and friendships. She lives with rheumatoid arthritis and Still's disease, which has inspired her to take the step into the role of advocacy alongside being a content creator, a dancer, and choreographer. Through her content and talents, she aims to uplift, empower, and connect with others while showing that creativity and resilience can thrive hand in hand. Welcome, Virgo. It's great to have you.
Yes, welcome.
Hello. Yeah, I'm so excited. Finally, right?
Yeah, we're excited to have you. Yes, it took a while. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for having me.
Anytime. We're glad to have you.
Yay.
So I wanted to start with your rheumatoid arthritis. How did that journey start?
Well, it started when I was 5 years old.
Oh.
Yeah. So I got diagnosed at 5 years old. I was on prednisone for some time. And yeah, they diagnosed me with JIRA, which is now known as JIA. It changed within the years. So, I got diagnosed with that. I was on some medication for some time. All I remember is being late to kindergarten constantly and being in the bathtub and I have to move my legs in order to feel okay and have some type of exercise. I was always late to school. And that's all I remember, just with that. But yeah, I was on some medication for some time, and that's what my mom told me. So I'm like, Mom, what's going on? I don't remember. So she had to tell me that.
I too have been on and off prednisone, not for arthritis of any sort, but for my asthma. They put me on prednisone, so, and I don't remember ever enjoying it.
Yes, I was just gonna say, girl. I was gonna be, isn't it the worst?
It is.
It's horrible.
I distinctly recall never liking it. I remember being in college and having to have it, and they're horse pills for one. At least they were, and it was just they tasted awful. And I am so sorry that you had to do that.
I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much me too.
at the age of 5, were you complaining that your legs were hurting and that's what made your parents look into it? Or was there some other sign?
Yeah, I feel like I was just very tired all the time. And I was always complaining about my knees, my joints,
Oh, okay.
always hurting me. My mom was like, what's going on? But I feel like what saved me was dance. I was always active. I was in Girl Scouts. Always very sassy, moving around, doing concerts in the living room for the family. So
Oh, I did that
I
too.
feel like dance has really saved me. But it went away for many years. I went into remission, and 2016, that's when I had a huge flare up. It left me bedridden, guys, and
Oh.
yeah, my life changed. after that.
Was
I'm
there
so sorry.
was there a specific incident that you know of that caused it, or is just a flare up out of nowhere?
I would say a flare up out of nowhere, maybe due to stress because I moved and I was at a job at Walmart that I was very not happy with.
Okay.
So maybe that, because there are many triggers to having a flare up. There's the environmental, there's stress, there's all that. So I would say probably stress. Probably I wasn't happy,
Gotcha.
but it came very much like boom because I had everything that you can name, and that's what led me to be bedridden. So
That's unfortunate.
I'm sorry
yeah.
that you went through that. I truly am. I can imagine, at least for me, I truly am sorry that you went through that because I can imagine it being scary.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, yeah,
when
definitely.
I've had my asthma flare-ups or bronchitis, because every like 5-10 years I get the love tap from bronchitis, and just having to be bedridden from that at times is annoying and it's scary, but all of a sudden having something kind of just pop out of the blue, even though you knew you had it, but still it's scary.
Right. Yeah. Like I think like I just didn't really pay any attention to it because I had it at such a young age and it left, and then when it came back I was just like, whoa, like so confused, like what's going on, like with my
Yeah.
body. And it really and I know a lot of people can relate to this, like it feels so helpless, like you feel so exhausted, whether emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and I just did not feel like myself. I knew there was something wrong, and it it really took a big toll on me when it came to physical and emotional, mentally, definitely. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here, though,
I
to
know, me
talk about
too.
this. And I don't mean to equate, your flare up of rheumatoid arthritis with asthma. It's not the same. I do want to make that clear. I'm not saying it's the same. And oh well, asthma and such is easy, or something like that, or that rheumatoid arthritis is easy. Neither one of them is. It's just a
Right.
similar experience
No, yeah. I
where,
definitely I say the same thing. I don't like put anybody else like on like us who are in the spooning community. I don't put nobody on us equal scale because we all go through something, whether it's the same or different, but we all go through it. We're all entitled to feeling how we feel.
yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And yeah, there's going to be people who have it better, who have it
Hmm.
worse, depending upon the day. Sometimes it could be depending upon the year, and
Right.
it changes. But
Right.
I just wanted to let you know that I did have a similar experience when I got bronchitis. I want to say 15 years ago or more,
I
and
would say closer to 25 years ago.
well, I don't want to let everybody know that it's been that long, but
Everybody knows how old you are.
yeah, it was still. But it was terrifying to me because I had just gone to school. I was going to college, and I was in a whole new state on my own, and I was stuck in the bed for a good week. It was awful. And I don't wish that on anybody.
Yeah, me neither. I'm so sorry you had to experience that. I'm sorry for anybody
Yeah, I am too.
that has to experience that because oof.
And I assumed wrongly that because, they always tell you, well, with asthma, you're supposed to grow out of it if you have it as a kid. And you don't necessarily. You really don't. And that's what kind of also caught me off guard was I figured, well, I'm good because I hadn't had any asthma attacks recently. And then when I got bronchitis and they're like, well, it's because you have asthma. And I'm like, but you said I'd grow out of it. And so
Right.
it's like slap in the face. So I understand where you're coming from, where it's just like you get so used to certain childhood issues and then they don't, pop up for a while and then it's like, boom, they're there.
Right, yeah. And I feel like it didn't help with me because Still's disease, I did not know anything about it until they brought it up. And I did not know that I was going to go through this for the rest of my life. Because, a lot of doctors say this, oh, like, you're not going to be able to move or dance the way you are now or before. And it's a lot to take in when you go through stuff like that.
Yes, it is.
Real quick for the audience, can you give a real quick little brief description of what Still's disease is?
So Still's disease is basically another form of arthritis. That's what they say. Arthritis is the autoimmune disease, and then Still's is the autoinflammatory.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got blessed with both.
And, I love the way that you put that, because even though I don't wish that on anybody, and I am truly sorry that you got it, but at the same time, I think it is kind of a blessing, because then you got to meet us. And
Yes, I always say that. I'm Spoonful would have never became a thing.
right. And if I hadn't, decided to find the one hole in my parents' yard, I wouldn't be here doing this either. Or I would be doing it differently. But
Right.
it's not to say let's have a party because we're all sick or something. But it's amazing at how sometimes the worst thing that can happen to you in your life, and it's not to belittle it or say, well, you'll be happy with it, but there is a silver lining to it, because as awful as the pain is for me, I am able to meet the best people I've ever met.
I agree, girl. With pain comes strength.
Yes, a lot of strength.
Yep.
And because we have to deal with so many things that, especially when you're, assigned female at birth or female, and you go through, God knows how many doctor appointments just to get diagnosed.
Ugh.
Yes.
Is that based on your reaction? I'm guessing the answer is yes, but has that been an issue with you with doctors and gaslighting and other problems like that?
Oh yeah. My rheumatologist I had to change. I remember going to one, and she was just like, "Oh, you take it because kind of basically because she said so." And I'm trying to ask like her questions like, "Is it gonna help me? Like, what is the percentage? Like, is there any other options?" And she just wanted me to take what she said, and I was just like, I don't feel comfortable.
No.
You want to go, you want to feel seen, you want to feel heard, but then also like you want to have a conversation, and it needs to be a connection where they understand, but like they have to respect what you want to take and what you don't want to take. And like, I don't know, but I'm happy now after many years. I'm with a lovely rheumatologist, but
Good.
yeah, I definitely went through that. And it's hard because in the beginning I wasn't so like advocating for myself. I was scared. I kind of was going through it by myself until, I met other people and I got on, social media and started advocating and started doing the whole I'm Spoonful thing. And yeah, I'm blessed.
And I understand completely, because when I started first on my journey, I admit that I just took what they said and just like, oh, okay, then it just must be in my head. I'm imagining it. This isn't real. And because they just said, well, walk it off. Or it can't be that because you don't have X, Y, and Z. And so I just took it at face value. I didn't fight for myself until I went and had some more tests done by my primary care doctor. And she said, oh, it's definitely CRPS. And then when I went to a pain management doctor, she said, well, it's restless leg syndrome. And when I started asking her questions about it, like, does it cause pain? Does it, have shooting pain and things like that? She was just like, well, I just thought you wanted a second opinion. Yeah, it's just like, I do, but I want answers. I don't want just what you think it is. Exactly. I want you to answer my questions. And that connection, that was when I kind of just totally went off. And I was just so mad and so frustrated that they would just brush me off. And so I probably said some choice words that weren't necessarily appropriate, but when you get to that level of frustration, you can't help what flies out your mouth.
Yeah, of course. I don't
And
blame
but it's just, I don't understand the level of disconnect that some doctors have when all we're doing is just, we're asking you for help.
you. Yeah.
We're not coming to you to bug the hell out of you.
Right.
And, if that's what you think about your patients, please find another profession.
I always say that all the time. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So, growing up, before you were, they would say, an adult, before you were 18, did your parents have to fight a lot for you? And did you have a good support system behind you? Or was it more so something that kind of came about more later when you were able to fight for yourself?
I would say my mom has always been there for me. My dad was kind of like in and out of my life. But yeah, I feel like family did come a little bit closer, like when they found out that I was sick too.
Oh, I'm glad to hear
That's
that.
good, yeah.
So many people we've talked to have said that how they didn't have the support, or, you read horror stories sometimes where people don't have that support. And it's just, I don't get that. That's your family.
Right.
You
No,
should
right.
be there for your family.
Yeah.
And, just, I get sometimes the jealousy when you're siblings, but still, it's your family. You're supposed, you know, and maybe it's because I'm of a different generation. I'm weird. I don't know what it is.
I
But
love to be weird too. Yay.
I just feel like when your family and this is not saying definitely stay with them if they're toxic. Get rid of them if they're toxic.
No. Yeah.
But if your child is sick, or your sibling is sick, your mother, whatever, whoever it is, you should be there.
Shout out to my nano, because she was there. She was the one who took care of me when I was bedridden for months, and she was the one who made appointments. She was the one who fought with me in doctor's appointments too. So, and she was there like when I got diagnosed and everything, and I love her.
And I'm glad.
Yeah, it's good to have
because
someone like that.
It's hard enough going through any type of chronic illness or chronic disease or just any disability by yourself. And, feeling like you're alone out there because either somebody doesn't believe you, or family's just like, well, you're just doing this for attention.
Right.
And all of that silly stuff. It's hard. It's really hard doing it with people, let alone alone. And I want, people to know that we're all here for you, because you shouldn't be alone.
Yeah, I made family throughout the community and through friends, because I don't want to say who, but people, or I would say someone in my family. Yeah, it's just really it's heartbreaking when you want them to be there for you and they don't fully understand, and they, like what you said, they think you're doing it for attention, or they just don't fully understand. And I feel like ever since like I started posting more about it, like they're learning, and it's like, you guys should have been did this when it was known already. But
Right.
I digress.
No, that's a good point. It is.
Yeah.
Yes, we should tell people, okay, this is what we have.
Right.
But it is on the other people. Like, for instance, you put in your bio to us that you have juvenile rheumatoid arthritis and that you had Still's disease. We looked it up to make sure that we understood what was going on. And, we don't mind providing brief synopsises of what certain diseases are. But I am of the school of thought that I don't want to give you everything.
Do your own damn work.
Yeah, do your own damn work.
Right. And
shouldn't-
and they're close to you. Like
Yeah.
Especially.
yeah.
You should, as a family member or friend, whether it's blood family or not, you should take the initiative and find out about that stuff. I can understand, like, back 30, 40 years ago. There was no Google. But we have Google now.
Right.
You know, it's everything is right there at your fingertips. You should be able to find this information and look it up. And I get, you know, having, if you have questions, then ask the person.
Right, right.
Because no two people have the same disability or, you know, pain, things like that. It varies because we all vary. But, damn it, look it up.
Yeah.
Don't put the onus back on the ill person.
Yeah. And I feel like that's what made it hard for me emotionally, mentally, because I had to go through that and also go through my condition, like having RA and the stills, you know. So not really feeling having the support that I wanted and like being hurt by that, but having to do it by myself. It was just like, you know, like why? And I mean, I fought through it. I had to do a, you know, but you can't force people either.
No, you can't.
No.
But at the same time, you know, if it's a parental situation, your child didn't ask to be born.
Right. And you know what's crazy, guys? I actually started going to therapy.
Yay.
And yes, I know, at 31 years old now, actually. My birthday passed. So, and I found out that I have CPTSD. And that usually stems from trauma, childhood trauma. So, it's just coming all full circle now, and I'm actually understanding more of what I have because of that too. So it's crazy.
It is. And honestly, I think PTSD is a commonality among a lot of us because of, you know, the trauma of getting sick.
Right.
That's a trauma in and of itself.
Yeah.
You know, you go from, unless you're born with it, you go from having this healthy body that seems to be able to do what you tell it to all of a sudden, no, fuck you. You know, it literally tells you, fuck you, I am not doing this shit. What's wrong with you? And that transition is hard. Even if you don't do a whole lot of stuff. Just a lot of times, like, I am one of those people that took my body for granted. I just assumed that I'll always be okay with walking and, you know, hopping around whenever I want to do it.
Right.
And finding out that I couldn't and that my body just isn't predictable either is frustrating. And there's that trauma. And then when you go through trying to get the right, you know, diagnosis, unless it's from birth, and even then it's not always right, trying to go through that process, or even just going constantly to the doctors, that's a lot of trauma too.
Yeah.
And then add family on top of that, which I have experience with. You get a lot of other traumas that compile on top of that and make everything a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So that kind of plays into my next question that I had, and I don't usually ask this many questions, but I'm on a roll. You said you had it since you were 5, and I know you were late going into school a lot and stuff like that. Did you struggle a lot throughout your later schooling years and with peers, and did you have peers that understood what was going on, or did everyone think you were faking it?
So to be honest, I had it like I got diagnosed and was having like a lot of difficulties when I was 5, but after that I was in remission for many years, and the only problem that I had was like in middle school when the weather would change, my knees would hurt, and I was struggling with anemia. But other than that, I feel like I was good. I mean, I would get sick and it'll last longer, and it would hurt, you know, even more than a regular thing, you know, but most of the time I was always active out with friends. I was very social. So I think because of that, it helped me a lot. In 2016, in my 20s, that was when everything changed. I had to stop working, had to get on disability, and it really tore me because I was dancing. I'm a dancer, choreographer. I'm still doing it, but does it hurt me? Yeah, because I know I have to limit myself sometimes when I'm not feeling good. And I'm a perfectionist. I'm a Virgo, like AF. So it really it's going back to like, damn, like I'm not moving how I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of continuous healing that you have to do every single day,
Yeah.
because in all reality, it is going to hurt you because you're not the person that you used to be.
Right.
And I try so hard to like continue to do what I love, and some things change. And at the end of the day, if you're doing something like with me now, I have to kind of rebrand dancing. And I kind of want to do it in a way where it's just going to be fun for me. And I want to advocate even more. Everything happens for a reason. Going back to what
Mm-hmm.
you were saying, Dory, this is a blessing. And it's a blessing in disguise, because I would have never met you guys. I would have never met everyone else in the community. I wouldn't have made I'm Spoonful. I wouldn't have connected with a lot of these people. But I wasn't seeing that back then. But everything happens for a reason, and this
Yeah.
is why we're here talking. And yeah,
And I wholeheartedly agree with you, because like if you had asked me that or said something along those lines 10 or more years ago, I would have looked at you like you had 8 heads. Like, what the hell are you talking about? How is this a blessing in disguise?
Right.
What are you smoking? Can I have some?
exactly.
And because sometimes especially like for me in the beginning, and it was just so frustrating. And then my kids were still young, so I needed to do a lot of stuff for them. But I couldn't focus on what I needed. I didn't even think of what I needed. And at that time, saying, but everything happens for a reason, it would have made me angry.
Yeah, it did. It made me angry before too. I totally agree with you. In the beginning, it was not easy, and I feel like we all have to go through these tough times in order to get to the rainbow. Because honestly, right now, sitting here, I always ask myself, "Wow, look at what you went through years ago," and remind yourself of how you were feeling and the thoughts you were going through. You would not like. It's totally different,
It
like
is.
compared to now, and that shows how strong we are, how resilient.
Yeah, definitely.
But I find it amazing that after you go through it and you realize when you come out on the other side, even though you're still suffering, well, you're still living with it,
Right.
that those sayings are like, wow, yeah, they're right. And it pains me because some of the people that said it's just like, ugh, I want to smack them anyway. But it's just, you can't, I just think back about how angry I would have been at those sayings, that anybody saying it's for the best, or it's for a reason, you'll understand when you get older, it'll work itself out. And it's just like, it's not. What are you talking about? But I understand it now, because I have gotten to meet, again, the best people ever. I have newfound family, I would say,
Yep.
meeting you guys, and just I'm adding to a big, huge family.
So, would you guys say the same thing if it weren't for social media and meeting this community?
Honestly,
I love that. Honestly, like social media has saved my life. If it wasn't for that, if come on, we're advertising ourselves as a human, but like also what we're living with and going through, and we would not be able to meet all these wonderful people.
Yeah. And
I would
With businesses
wholeheartedly
and all
agree.
that stuff. Like you guys wouldn't be able to, put your platform on there either. And it's truly beautiful what you guys are doing.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
And I'll speak for Dory. I can tell since this podcast specifically, but even since joining the community, it's made a huge difference. Just in her overall and her happiness and how she acts around the house and with me and how she talks. It's a huge difference, and definitely I can see how it,
Brain fog.
yeah.
Um,
I was gonna
I
say,
love that.
basically made a difference, but you know what I meant.
yes.
I truly love that for you both, because I actually have been going through something like that too, similarly, like advocating and doing more of I'm Spoonful and being more of myself, and really understanding like, okay, what is truly making you happy? What do you want to do? And it's more this. And things change. Things really change. And this when it comes to like the whole dance thing, I kind of like, it's not that I don't want to do it anymore or quit, but it's kind of like I kind of want to put it like on the side and focus on something more that makes sense now for me and for the future. And this is a mission for me. It's a part of my life. Each of us, we have our story, and like nobody can tell us nothing. This is what we're living.
Yeah.
How can I feel a certain way and advocating about my story? Like I can't, like, with dance it was a little bit more intimidating. I feel like I couldn't really keep up physically because of what I'm going through. It was just a lot, you know. So I push everybody to do what they love and what they want to do in life, because it is truly important. Your happiness comes first.
Yeah.
As we've said before, be authentically you.
Yeah.
It makes the world of difference.
It makes a huge, huge difference. And I have to say that, like, I've said this before and I'll say it again. My therapist, finding the right one, is highly important, first off. And then getting to talk to her and getting basically the right person to listen to you and kind of understand where you're coming from is what also helped make a huge difference. And it coincided with creating this podcast. And so it just, like, for the longest time, I always wanted, and I always knew that I wanted to do something that helped people, but I never could figure out exactly what to do. And, I would either get intimidated, or I would think, oh, I can't do that. That takes too much time, or things like that. But I never thought, well, advocacy, that's the same idea. It helps people.
Right.
But when I ended up becoming disabled, and then, after a while of just being angry with the world because of it, I ended up getting on Instagram and finding this community. And it just opened my eyes to so many things.
Yeah.
And she showed me every single one.
Yes.
In the process.
Yes. And but it was important that you follow on my journey as my husband. But
well, now I see that, and I'm glad you took me.
yeah. And, I don't want to make this about me. And and I hope that doesn't come off that way. I'm sharing. I
truly appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you. And I want to make sure that it doesn't come off that way, because I just can't get over it how much you guys have all saved me.
Oh, girl, don't make me cry.
And it's true.
Oh, girl, I was like, you better not cry in this interview. Oh my goodness. I was telling myself.
Yes, I end up crying usually too, so don't feel bad. But it's true. You saved me. I had ideations. It
is true.
Just so much anger, and I thought there was nobody out there that would ever understand. I'm just in this alone.
Right. I felt the same way too in the beginning. Oh, it's totally not a good feeling at all.
No, it is the worst feeling in the world, to feel like you're just an island in the sea of all of these other continents, and it's just you right there. This tiny little thing. Nobody wants to talk to you, or those feelings that come in your head where, oh well, now I'm broken, which you're not, but those thoughts hit me. Well, like, oh, I'm broken. I have nothing to give. I don't have the energy to do, medicine or anything like that.
Right.
But you don't have to.
Yeah. You start to feel like not normal, not like how you used to feel, or not like others, because you're on medication now, because you know this and that, and my favorite one is, oh, you have arthritis? Like, how old are you? I'm like, anybody can get that. Hello.
Yeah, that pisses me off too. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Yes. Oh.
You could be fresh out of the womb to 100 years old. If that's what your body's going to do, that's what your body's going to do.
Right. Or, have you tried yoga? Have you tried?
Oh my God.
Like, it gets me so bad. Like, educate.
Yoga is great for some people. It works.
It is.
And more power to you if it works. But do not go to every single person you see and say, hey, have you tried yoga yet?
Right. It's the thing of like trying to understand, like, it's everyone is different.
Right.
That's the thing. And I feel like people don't understand that clearly. It's, you see they rather see an old person be like, oh yeah, they probably have, arthritis. But then seeing a young person is just like, when I go to my rheumatologist, I'm always most likely, majority of the time, always the younger person in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And do I get looks? Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, I kind of feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I got used to it now. But yeah, it's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, when I've gone to my pain management, when I first went to the neurologist for my back and things like that, it's usually old people.
Yep.
Yeah.
No offense to you old people. But it would just, it's like, doesn't anybody my age have any of these problems? Am I like the only person? So then it's like, it compounds on that isolation that we put ourselves through. Because you see old people and you're not that age.
Yeah. Even like when it comes to like disability and like being disabled, you don't have to, like, someone doesn't have to look it either.
No.
You don't have, there's no look to it. And, I know a lot of people on social media see me like, oh, she dances, she's fine. It doesn't, like, I've done classes, I've done performances, I've done many things in my life where I was in a flare-up with my wrist or whatever, but I fight through it, but
Yeah.
I really truly think a lot of people need to do more reading and more educating themselves on the topic of us, because
Yes.
it's important for you to know, and I feel like the world would be just a better place,
It would be.
For sure.
This world could be a little bit too cruel.
Way too cruel at times. And it's frustrating because, like, they still haven't, really shown disabled people dancing. They don't really show disabled people in fashion much. And just because you have one every so often does not mean that you have, done the world a favor. You haven't.
Yeah.
You have to have more than one. It can't
Yeah.
just be the token. We're sick of being a token. And I think it would be awesome to see more fashion, more dancing, more ways to do things instead of just able-bodied people.
Yep.
Because, I mean, I didn't understand there was wheelchair dancing.
Yes, I've seen that. I love it. It's so
It's
cute.
awesome.
Yes.
But I didn't know that it existed.
Right.
And
No, yeah.
when I first heard about it, I'm like, how does that even work? And then when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, that is awesome. That's really cool.
Right.
And we should have more of that. Or deaf people dancing. They can dance. It shouldn't take, like every 20 years maybe there's something? It shouldn't be that way. We're a part of society.
Yeah.
We buy things, we like things, and we should see ourselves, because that makes us, like, for instance, today being, National and International Suicide Day.
Yeah.
Suicide Awareness Day.
The Suicide Awareness Day.
Not Suicide Day.
No, I don't mean to.
That would be a terrible day.
Yeah, please don't do that. I don't mean it that way. I meant it's Awareness Day, not Suicide Day, like we're supposed to go. But it's important to see disabled people and to see that we can thrive, so that their thought process isn't to go to, I need to kill myself.
Right.
It's just the stigma is so fucking frustrating.
Ugh. It amazes me with how many people like just don't know about certain things, and even about like spoonie, like the word spoonie and what it is. And I had a conversation with someone. They're like, "Oh wow, I haven't, like, I never heard of that." I'm just like, "Oh wow, like, there's so many people out there," and I'm so happy that I made I'm Spoonful. And I had to tell him, I was like, "Yeah, I made it because." Like how people say, I am beautiful, I'm spoonful. That's why I made it, and, so.
I love that.
Thank you.
And I'll be honest, I didn't know what the spoon theory was until, like, a year ago, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe less
mean,
than that.
I'm still learning every day too, even about what I have and everything. It's a journey, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
I'm so
never
happy.
finish
Yeah.
because there's always, some new information out there or
Right,
things,
right.
our bodies change too as we
Yeah.
age. But yeah, I didn't understand or know what spoony was. I was thinking in terms of like, cuddling when I first heard the term. And I'm
You're
like,
like,
is it a bunch of people like getting together and just hugging each
I
other?
love that.
Disabled people love spooning each other.
As naive and stupid as that sounds, that's what I thought it was. Because
Right.
at first, because people were like, oh, spoony. I'm like, yeah, spooning. Okay. And then when I realized what it meant, it was just like, oh, wow, that is so much better than what I was thinking. Because I'm like, why do you need to know if I'm spooning people?
Since since you had the big flare in 2019,
16.
16,
That
yeah.
was close. Is it your whole body that you feel the pain in, or is it still primarily your knees that are the worst?
So as the years went by, I started having it in my knees, my wrists, my elbows, my shoulders, but it's mainly in my knees and my wrists. My wrists are significantly damaged.
Oh,
I guess mainly because I haven't been on the medication that I was supposed to for years, but that's what was said. They did x-rays and that's what they told me, but um I am actually now, I used to be just like on prednisone and Enbrel, and I did methotrexate. I also did Actemra. Right now I'm on Medrol, a very small dosage. They're trying to wean me off. So I'm on Medrol, I'm on methotrexate, hydrochloroquine, is that how you say it? And a shitload of like supplements that, to help. But the only thing right now that I'm struggling with that I would say yes, I'm not gonna lie, when I walk a lot, which I try to incorporate movement, my knees do hurt and my ankles too.
right.
It was happening even more when I was a larger weight. Now that I'm losing weight, which that helps too. It's a little bit better, but I'm just struggling with fatigue. So I'm trying to figure that out because I don't want to drink coffee every day. I'm not really a coffee drinker. I'm more of a tea person. So I was thinking like maybe liquid IV or something. I don't know if you guys have any tips on.
Honestly, I drink tea a lot if I get super exhausted. Just the heat from it seems to wake me up.
Yes. Okay.
I try not to drink too much coffee because
Yeah.
I will be up and for like a week and I will think of every stupid and horrible thing.
And scroll through Instagram for hours on end in the bed at night.
Yes. I mean, there's...
That's the only thing that was helping me, coffee. That's why I was doing it, because like when I was doing classes, I have to have the energy and keep up with everybody.
Yep.
And now it's like I'm just taking naps. I'm like, oh man, what's going on?
Yeah. And that's another part that like drives me nuts because I didn't used to take naps. I used to like, well, I don't need no stinking naps. What is
Right.
this? And now I have to take naps. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm an evil husband, and I always want to be up and going and moving around. So back then, when she would take a nap, I'd be like, "Oh, come on, get up, let's go do something. Come on,
Right.
wake up."
Yep.
But
And-
now I understand it better, and I'm not quite as evil.
No, I don't know about that, but
And sometimes like I'll take like a 15-minute nap and I'm up. I'm like, all right, let's go.
yeah. Sometimes it's just like 5 minutes
Yeah.
and I'm good. Sometimes I need an hour, but I would say stick with tea
Yeah.
because if you're not a big coffee drinker,
Yeah.
it's not
I only
really
like
all
it
that
when
great.
spice season, which is now. That's it.
Well,
But-
yes.
And don't take my advice. I drink Mountain Dew.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I use to stay awake at work.
Man.
I don't like coffee or tea or any of the hot beverages, really.
You like hot chocolate.
That
Hot
doesn't keep you
chocolate's
awake.
True.
Yeah.
put you
Have
to
you ever
sleep.
tried like the prebiotic or probiotic drinks, like the sodas, like Poppy and Ali Pop or something?
I
like that?
haven't
They're
tried
good.
Olipop. We tried
tried
Poppy.
They're really good.
Oh.
No.
I didn't like it.
Oh?
No.
You didn't like? Oh
No, it was awful to me.
The flavor? What flavor did you guys have?
Oh, maybe it was the flavor. I don't
remember.
know.
Yeah.
I don't remember what flavors.
I love the raspberry rosé. That one's so good.
Maybe we need to try a different flavor.
Yeah.
But the flavor we tried, it was.
Poppy will never sponsor us now.
But yeah, well, but the flavor we tried was, that when you go to say like McDonald's or Burger King or something like that, and the syrup isn't a good mix with the fizz.
Oh, okay.
That's what it tasted like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like not enough syrup, and so it was just like Perrier kind of stuff.
Oh. Yeah, I would understand. I was like, oh yeah.
Well, there goes another person that will never advertise with us, but that's okay because I can't lie on air and say, "Oh, I love this product."
Right?
No.
I also thought it was my magnesium level because that's also it could be a thing. So I was thinking that too.
Do you have
incorporating like more vitamins and stuff? But
yeah, do you have troubles with vitamin D?
I'm already taking that
Okay.
daily. So
Yeah, I have to take that daily. I've been bad about
Yeah,
that
I was
lately.
going to say, but you don't.
I've been bad lately about that. I need to take that again because I am chronically low on vitamin D. Like no matter what I do.
wow, yeah. I don't know. I mentioned it to my doctor, but my rheumatologist, and she, I go there and draw my blood like almost every 2 months or every whatever. So yeah, I don't know. She doesn't really say nothing about it. So she just said like take the vitamin D and see what happens. And also she was like, if you do feel like tired, get up and just start walking around, and that will like wake you up. And yeah.
Actually, that makes me more tired.
Like I know
depends.
when like I'm being like kind of lazy or like there's a difference with like
Yeah.
being chronically tired and fatigued than versus just like lazy.
Yes,
You
there
know?
is.
Like and I feel like some people don't understand. Like it's like I'm tired, but like when I say I'm tired, it's like because of the chronic fatigue. Like so, I don't know. Maybe that's it too. I don't know, but
And
we'll
being
soon to find out.
Yes.
and being tired at home on your couch is a whole different tired than being tired at
Yeah.
work at your desk. At work at the desk, you can get up and walk around, and it kind of helps to wake you up. But when you're tired at home and you're comfortable on your couch in your pajamas, it's kind of hard to just get up, walk around, and wake up.
Right.
I think environment makes a big difference on that too.
I would agree
Yeah.
that environment does make a difference. Unless you have chronic fatigue syndrome,
Well, yeah,
then
it's a whole different story.
yeah, that's a whole different disease, and which is horrible. And the fatigue that you feel when you have a chronic illness of any sort is still different than normal.
Just being
I'm
tired.
tired.
Yeah.
And I would actually push back on saying we're not really lazy. Our bodies are telling us you need to take a break. You need to slow
Yeah.
down.
And usually it happens too when I'm doing a lot of things during the week. Like if I'm walking a lot or dancing and like just consecutively like 3 days in a row, like just a
Yep.
shit ton of things.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden I just like crash,
Yeah.
Your body's working too hard.
Yes. And we should, I think, start a revolution of we take a siesta, we take a break, we take it when we need it. And
Yeah.
instead of constantly thinking that we have, that our worth is tied to constantly going, because it's not.
Yeah.
We're worth more than that.
Totally. I agree.
So I have a probably stupid question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. In your bio, your introduction, you said that you're a strong LGBTQ plus advocate. Other than the fact that you're a good person and compassionate, did that stem from anywhere specific, like family or yourself, or?
Yeah, so I have family that are involved in that, and then I also have a lot of friends that I've danced for
Okay.
at Pride, like performances and stuff like that. So that's where that comes from. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't see how you couldn't There's like,
That's why I said it's kind of a stupid question. Because if you're a decent human,
nothing is a stupid question.
no, it's not stupid. But it's just, you see that, like, for instance, I saw a meme last night where they were saying at how we have been watching drag for ages. And we've been entertained by it. And it's so true. And, you know, they were talking about, dating myself here, the TV show Bosom Buddies from when I was really little. It's got Tom Hanks dressed as a woman a lot of times in it. And it was funny as hell. It was a good movie. I mean, TV show. MASH. Somebody was dressed as a woman in there a lot. There were various other movies and TV shows since the 30s where people, man and female, have been dressed in drag. And I just don't understand how you could enjoy it there, but then when somebody really does it in real life, not for TV or not for movies, and be like, ew, it doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah, I'm very like open and I accept everyone and anyone. I have a lot of friends who are in the community too as well. So I love that movie. What's that movie with Wesley Snipes and Johnny Leguizamo?
Yes. To Wong
I love
Fu.
that movie.
I love you, Julie.
They did
With
so
love,
good.
Julie Monahan.
Yeah.
Yes. Patrick Swayze made a gorgeous woman.
Yes.
No offense to Leguizamo was a pretty good woman, but Wesley Snipes.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate here and refute what you said, Dory. I mean, not refute it, but yes, I agree that we've been watching drag our whole life and been entertained by it, but those people were doing it as entertainment, not as a lifestyle, and not how they truly felt
That is true.
about it, versus someone living that way and feeling that way. So I could see the difference between movie dress up versus drag, and I can see the big difference there.
There is a difference, and I agree. You're right. There is a big, huge difference between doing it for money and doing it because that's who you are.
Right.
But at the same time,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. But also, they're doing it for money. But if that's not who you are, and even in the smidgest of smidgest, it's a new measurement. In the smidgest of instances, how can you honestly do that on TV, on movies? You know,
because that's a big paycheck.
Not
a lot of them do it.
I can't imagine that if you were that asshole-ish, that you could dress like that for any amount of money. Because I can guarantee you that, you know, people like Kevin Sorbo, who played Hercules for 5 minutes, wouldn't do it for any amount of money. And so I think to an extent, those men and women were open and just see the beauty and, you know, portraying different lives. Not just heterosexual, cis people.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Well, I mean...
I see what you're saying. I understand.
I don't know if I'm saying it right.
But I do believe some of them are completely heterosexual cis people that are doing it because that is their job and that's their paycheck and that's what they have to do, and not because they have any good meaning behind it.
But
some
why
of them,
would you pick that job then? Don't pick that job.
Because you make $1 million fucking dollars.
Well, not always.
The ones we were talking about do.
No, well, now they do maybe, but they didn't at first.
Well, see, that's the thing. People do what they do for a specific reason. And, you know, we're not going to know if it was just because the money they do these opportunities or if it's because they truly care or, you know.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
But I do think about, like, what other people would think. You know, people who are in the community, how would they feel? It's like you can't disrespect or, you know, you got to understand how they would feel about it. Like, yeah, it's nice that you want to do it for money, but you got to live by love and, you know, be considerate about how other people are going to feel, too.
Right. Which is why I don't foresee all of them doing it just for the paycheck.
Right. Yeah.
And because it's important that we share all of our stories. So that those that... And I honestly kind of wonder if it's not flipped. Like, for instance, disabled people are the largest minority. And we're supposedly the abnormal ones. And then LGBTQ people, plus people, there's a shitload of them out there.
Yeah.
And yet, quote unquote, we're abnormal. But yet, there's some of the biggest groups out there. It just seems like maybe we're not the abnormal. Maybe we're the normal, and cis heterosexual people are more of the abby-normal.
I can understand that. I can see where you're going with that. But a lot of people, they won't understand it. They'll just be like, "How?" And depending on how they feel.
A lot of people, I don't think, would want to understand it. They would purposely resist it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just sad to me.
Comes down to compassion and empathy.
Because worrying about what genitals somebody has and what they do with their genitals, why do you need to worry about that? Why do you need to think about that? And if you are, maybe you need to be in therapy because you're a predator. You shouldn't be thinking about anyone's genitals unless yours are on fire.
Even then, why do you have to think of someone else's?
Because you got to wonder who the hell you got it from.
I getcha.
That's the only time. As weird as that is the only time you should be worried about somebody else's genitals. It doesn't make sense to me to worry about that. It doesn't make sense to me to be afraid of disabled people. We're humans.
It's the same thing with the LGBTQ plus community too. There's a lot of judgment with everyone else judging us and the disabled community too. So there's just a lot of opinions, a lot of judgment going on, and it's just like we kind of stick out more.
But we stick out more, especially in the LGBTQ plus community, because we're living our lives.
Yes.
We're happy. We're not trying to fit ourselves into a box anymore.
Into a box, right. Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of the pushback is because people are terrified of that. Because they don't understand. For so long, when, colonialism came around, it put people in boxes so that they could easily control them. But the LGBTQ people keep popping out and saying, nope, can't put us in a box. And it terrifies people. Because if you see disabled people out there happy and living their lives, and people are like, wait a minute, I don't have to be afraid of this? And then you see LGBTQ plus people out there living their lives, and people see it and be like, I don't need to be scared of being who I am. Now you've lost control.
Yeah. I told myself too, like in the beginning of this journey, when 2016 came, I knew I wanted to advocate more, and I knew I had to take my little baby steps and just go into it and understand more about what I'm going through. But the main thing is to live free and to be me and to accept what I'm going through, no matter if people are going to judge or not, because the world is cruel.
Yes.
On TikTok, especially if you're like a content creator, I'm out there.
Yeah.
When you're out there, when you're putting yourself out there, when you're speaking, when you're just putting your face on an account, there are going to be the hate comments.
Yep.
Yes.
I've been really trying to ramp up our social media, and sadly, pretty much any time I post something about advocating for LGBTQ, that's when I get the worst comments, especially on TikTok. And it's the LGBTQ is like the magic word just to get all the haters over there. I don't understand it. It's like they just lurk on those pages, or they're waiting to come out. I don't know what it is, but...
And it's usually the Accounts that don't have no picture, or if they do, or they just have no videos, nothing. They're just using it just to do that. And it's like, it really mind boggles me. I'm like, you really sit on social media to do that, to troll people, and to shame on you.
Yeah.
I just laugh at it.
Shitty people.
And I honestly think that they're in the closet.
And this comes back to what you were saying, people are afraid of living their truth. So they're seeing someone else do it. It bothers them.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is, why don't you just, do it yourself? Just take the advice or look at someone's comments or like their videos or their content and just kind of get inspired by it and work on your own journey instead of, you know, putting out the hate of how you truly feel about yourself.
Right.
Right. And it is pretty much hatred of oneself that they're trying to project upon us.
Yeah.
And it never made sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
You can always turn around and be happy. You know, it's amazing at how good you feel when you stop giving a shit what everybody else is doing.
And I think that's the thing, when you're like so comfortable with yourself and so confident and you know what you bring to the table and you know you mean good and you know are just living by love. Like with me before, I had a lot of insecurities and I had to, you know, work on that. And when people used to judge me, I used to cry and just feel horrible and like shit. And then now it's just like I laugh at it. Like people say this and I'm just like, well, you're just mad. As you know, I feel bad more for you because it's like, come on. I wish like everybody would be able to live in the truth.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we got to start wrapping it up in a minute here. But
no, we don't.
Based on, I want to comment on what you said. Growing up, I was bullied really badly. I put a post out recently about it. And because of that, I've always still do care about what people think and how people feel and how people react to me. And I take any sort of judgment to heart, no matter who it is, when I know I shouldn't, but definitely always do that. And it's awful.
It is.
I mean,
and
it
it's
destroys
hard.
people.
It is hard to not, you know, think about what other people are doing or saying about you. But what helped me was I read something where somebody said, it's none of your business what other people think of you.
Yeah.
And you get to a point in life where it's just, you want to be happy and you want to live just how you are.
Right.
Regardless of if you're quote unquote fat or skinny or tall or short. You want to be you.
Yeah.
And even though it may still bother you what other people may think of you or say about you, you learn to kind of also at the same time brush it off. Because your happiness has to come first.
Yeah. Nobody's perfect.
No.
You know? Yeah. And shame on them. I always say that. Shame on them. To judge someone like that or because of weight or because of... You're not perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, my thought process has always been, well, just because you feel that way, that doesn't mean you actually feel that way about me. That's how you feel about yourself.
Right.
And you're basically asking for help.
Thing is too, like the whole mental health thing, like you're when it happens to me, I think about other people. And I'm just like, what if this happens to someone else and they're really hurt? That hurts me.
Yep.
Right.
That truly hurts me. Like, I don't like that. I really don't. I don't like bullies.
Neither do I.
Neither do I. And since that's such a sad note, that's where we have to end it. But before we go, you kind of mentioned it, but I want to let you let people know how they can find your advocacy out there or whatever social media you want people to be able to find.
Okay, so my main account on Instagram is Virgo Beauty XO. You can find me there on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. I'm also on YouTube. I have I'm Spooneyful for my chronic illness content and advocacy. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah. I appreciate you guys so much.
We appreciate
such
you.
A delight, a gift, a treat to speak to you guys finally.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry it took so long.
Yeah. We are loving talking to you. And hopefully we will talk again, you know, with some updates, things like that. And
oh yeah, we're definitely talking soon.
Oh yeah. Good. And you know, if you ever need us, let us know. We're always right here.
Likewise, if you ever want to talk to somebody, whatever it is, I'm always here for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
If you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Please leave a rating for us wherever you listen. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
Othering Podcast is brought to you by Loudcore Productions in conjunction with your support. Your host, Mike and Dory Morris, graphics by Joshua Morris, and join us next week on the Othering Podcast.